Okay, so today we're going to talk about ratios and unit rates. Okay, so I'm going to start with ratios. Ratios, so write these down. Remember, you can pause it. A ratio is a comparison of two quantities by division. And we're going to do lots of examples of these, but you're just comparing two things. Like how many boys to how many girls are in class, or how many chairs to how many desks are in class. Things like that. Okay, so ratios can be written in three different ways. Okay, they can be written in three different ways. Let's see if I can get that. There we go. And here they are. They can be written as a number to another number with the word TO. They can be written with a colon, or they can be written with a fraction bar. This is the most common. This is what we'll use the most, but you can use all three of these. It matters the order. The first thing they ask for has to be on the top or the left. Okay, so I'll show you some examples. So on here. So we're going to write the ratio, and you do make it in simplest form, so we will have to simplify the fraction. So this says tomatoes to onions. So how many tomatoes are there? There's 4 tomatoes. Whoops, I guess I got to mark my pen. There's 4 tomatoes, and there's 3 onions. That's it. You guys, if it said to do it all 3 ways, you would go 4 over 3 and then 4 to 3. It's okay to leave them as improper. Okay? Onions to tomatoes would be the other way. It would be 3 to 4. Okay, 3 over 4 or 3 to 4. Okay, I'm not going to do them all of them anymore. I'm just going to do the fraction one. Onions to all of them. So how many onions are there? There's 3 onions, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 total. Okay, so you can't simplify 3 fourths, 4 thirds, or 3 sevenths, so you just leave them. Okay? All right. Mugs to glasses. So the blue things are the mugs. You do not have to draw these. Maybe just use M's, but 2 M's and then G's for these. So 2 mugs, and then there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 glasses. So 2 to 8. Now remember, these can be simplified because they're both even numbers. So we're going to divide by 2, and we're going to get 1 over 4. 1 to 4. There's 1 mug for every 4 glasses. So glasses to mugs would just be the other way. 8 to 2. Whoopsie. Oh boy, I hate it when my pen does this. 8 to 2, which when we divide is 4 to 1. And yes, you write the 1 when the 1's in the denominator. 4 to 1. You don't just say 4. Glasses to both. So how many glasses were there? There were 8 glasses. And how many total? There's 10 total. So then we would divide by 2 because they're both even, and we would get 4 to 5. So for every 4 glasses, there's 5 of everything else. Or for all 5, there's 4 glasses. Kings to rooks. If you don't know chess, these are kings, these are rooks. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kings, and there's 3 rooks. So we're going to divide because 3 can go into both of these, so that's going to be 2 over 1. So for every 2 kings, there's 3 rooks. So rooks to kings would just be the other way. It would just be 1 to 2. If you notice that, you can do that instead of having to simplify. Rooks to both. So there's 3 rooks, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3 to 9, which can be simplified by 3, which is 1. For every 1 rook, there are 3. That's not right. Oh, no, that was to both. Yeah, to both. For every 1 rook, there's 3 other thing. There's 3 extra other pieces. I was like, 9 isn't right. because it was to both or to the total, okay? So there are 4 bananas, 5 apples, 3 oranges, and 6 grapes on a plate, okay? Write a ratio of the following: bananas to grapes. So how many bananas are there? There's 4 bananas and there's 6 grapes. So it matters the order. Whenever it says first is what you put first, and we can simplify these to be 2 to 3. 2 to 3. Oranges to fruit. So oranges is 3, and then it means to the total amount of fruit. So that means you have to add everything up, including the oranges. So 4 plus 5 is 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 plus 6 is 18. So 3 over 18, this can be simplified because we can divide by 3. So for every 1 orange, there's 6 pieces of fruit. Okay, now we're going to talk a little bit about unit rates. Okay, so you can put rates as well, rates and unit rate, but we're going to focus on unit rates. Okay, so you do not have to write these down. A ratio is what we already talked about, a comparison of 2 quantities by division. A rate is very similar, it's just that it has units. Okay, we may say miles and gallons, okay, or inches to feet. So a unit rate is a rate where the denominator is 1. This is what you have to write down. Unit rate has a denominator of 1 unit. That is important. Okay. Here are some examples. Do not write these down. It's a chart. So common unit rates is miles per hour. Okay, so a ratio would be number of miles over an hour. The unit rate is miles per hour. Miles per gallon, price per pound, dollars per hour. So like how much you get paid when you guys are old enough to get a job, how much you get paid per hour is a unit rate. Okay, you may have a total amount you get paid, but the amount you get paid per hour is a unit rate. Okay, so let's do this so we don't have to look at all of it. This is just kind of an example. Move me down here. So a ratio is 160 over 2. A rate would be 160 beats for 2 minutes. It's like a heart rate. The unit rate, you would divide the 160 by 2, or you would simplify this fraction and get 80 over 1. So 80 beats per 1 minute, that's the unit rate. Okay, so that's the difference. So the main thing you need to know about unit rates is you're going to divide. Okay, you're going to divide. So Joe earns $280 in 40 hours. So $280 in 40 hours. We're going to put it like a ratio or a rate. What is his hourly pay rate? Okay, so that means for 1 hour. Okay, for 1 hour, how much does he get paid? 1 hour. Okay, so you can do 280 divided by 40. Okay, my mom is calling me right now. Okay, I'm going to tell her I'm going to call her right back. So we're going to take 280 and we're going to divide it by 40 and we're going to get 7. So this Joe is making $7 for 1 hour. You can leave it just like this, or you can go like this. You can say per hour, or you could say, you can write it all out, $7 per hour. Okay, there's lots of different ways to write it. So what is the unit rate? So this one, it doesn't really tell exactly what we're looking for, but we're going to do $300 for 6 hours, we're going to assume it means, well, how much are you going to get for 1 hour? So 300 divided by 6 is 50. So $50 for 1 hour, or $50 per hour. So if we drove 220 miles on 8 gallons of gas, it's asking how much can we go on 1 gallon? How far did we go on 1 gallon? So 220 divided by 8 is, it's okay to get a decimal, 27.5 miles for 1 gallon, or you can say miles per gallon. Okay. Find the unit rate if it costs $2 for 8 juice boxes. All right. So if it's find the unit price, means we're always going to put the money on the top. $2 for 8 juice boxes. Okay. Well, 2 divided by 8, if we simplify this, whoops, 2 divided by 8 is 0.25. Okay, so we're going to have 1 box for 25 cents for 1 box, or 25 cents per box is how you could say that. Joe shot 30 baskets in 5 minutes. And Matt shot 49 baskets in 7 minutes. How many more baskets did Matt shoot per minute? So we have to figure out which one. This is for 1 minute. So 30 divided by 5. Oops, we should know that. See, even I get in the habit of using a calculator. 6 baskets. We're talking about basketball here if you're not a sports person. 49 divided by 7 would be 7 baskets for 1 minute. So that means Matt shot more, but how much more? Well, Matt shot 7 per minute and Joe shot 6. So 1 more. Matt shot 1 more than Joe per minute. But you have to figure it out what it is per minute. Okay?